In the early 15th century, Vietnam faced one of its darkest chapters. The Ming dynasty of China, ambitious and powerful, had invaded and occupied the country, extinguishing the native Tran dynasty and imposing foreign rule. The Vietnamese people, proud of their history and resilient in spirit, endured heavy taxes, forced labour, and a systematic attempt to erase their culture. Into this crucible of suffering and resistance steps one of Vietnam's greatest heroes, Le Loi. Le Loi was born in 1384 in Lam Son, a small village in Thanh Hoa province, in the heart of northern Vietnam. From a young age, he witnessed the hardship and humiliation of his people under Ming occupation. The Ming administration was thorough in its efforts to control Vietnam. Local officials were replaced by Chinese appointees, ancient Vietnamese texts were burned, and the people were subjected to grueling labor and exploitation. Yet even in the face of such oppression, the spirit of resistance simmered beneath the surface. Le Loi, known for his intelligence, charisma, and strong sense of justice, quickly gained a reputation as a leader among his peers. As the years passed, he gathered a loyal following, composed of scholars, peasants, and warriors from his native region. The seeds of rebellion were sown in quiet meetings, secret correspondence, and a growing network of sympathizers. In 1418, Le Loi made the momentous decision to rise against the Ming, launching what would become known as the Lam Son Rebellion. The rebellion began with a small band of followers, poorly armed and vastly outnumbered by the Ming forces. Yet Le Loi's leadership, strategic acumen, and unwavering determination proved to be a galvanizing force. The rebels utilized the rugged terrain of Lam Son, using guerrilla tactics, hit-and-run attacks, and intimate knowledge of the land to outmaneuver the Ming troops. Le Loi inspired his followers with tales of justice, freedom, and a restored Vietnam, and his charisma drew more and more people to his cause. The legend of the magical sword soon became intertwined with Le Loi's story. According to Vietnamese folklore, Le Loi was granted a divine sword by a local fisherman who had found the blade in the waters of the Hoan Kiem Lake. This sword, supposedly inscribed with mysterious characters and imbued with mystical power, became a symbol of Le Loi's divine mandate to liberate Vietnam. Whether fact or myth, the story of the sword fueled the morale of the rebels and became a rallying point for resistance. The struggle was long and arduous. The Ming forces, well-trained and equipped, responded to the uprising with brutal reprisals, burning villages, executing suspected rebels, and deploying overwhelming force against Le Loi's troops. At times, the rebellion teetered on the brink of collapse, with Le Loi and his followers forced to retreat into the forests and mountains, surviving on meager supplies and the support of sympathetic villagers. But adversity only strengthened their resolve. Le Loi's greatest asset was his ability to unite disparate factions and inspire hope. He forged alliances with local chieftains, scholars, and even former officials who had grown disillusioned with the Ming. His leadership was marked by a deep respect for the traditions and values of the Vietnamese people. He emphasized the importance of restoring the rightful order, protecting the innocent, and upholding justice. As the rebellion gained momentum, Le Loi issued proclamations promising amnesty to those who joined the cause and pledging to restore the country's independence. Over the course of a decade, the Lam Son Rebellion grew from a local uprising to a nationwide movement. Le Loi's forces expanded as more and more Vietnamese rallied to the call for freedom. Guerrilla attacks disrupted Ming supply lines, ambushes targeted enemy commanders, and the rebels began to recapture towns and strategic locations. The Ming, faced with mounting losses and the difficulty of fighting a determined, elusive enemy in unfamiliar terrain, struggled to maintain control. The turning point came in 1424, when Le Loi launched a bold campaign in the central region of Nghệ An. His forces, now more numerous and better armed, achieved a series of stunning victories, capturing key fortresses and cutting off Ming reinforcements. The rebellion spread rapidly, with whole provinces joining the fight. Sensing the tide turning, Le Loi intensified his efforts, coordinating attacks across multiple fronts and sending envoys to rally support from neighbouring kingdoms. By 1426, the Ming administration was in disarray. The morale of their troops was shattered, and their ability to govern was undermined by constant insurgency. Recognizing the inevitability of defeat, the Ming court attempted to negotiate with Le Loi, but he stood firm in his demand for complete independence and the withdrawal of all foreign forces. In 1427, the Ming finally relented, agreeing to a peace treaty and withdrawing their armies from Vietnam. Le Loi's victory marked the end of Ming occupation and the beginning of a new era for Vietnam. In 1428, Le Loi ascended the throne as Emperor Le Tai, founding the Later Le Dynasty. His reign was characterized by efforts to restore order, rebuild the nation, and heal the wounds of war. He enacted policies to relieve the suffering of the peasantry, promoted education and cultural revival, and re-established the traditional Vietnamese system of government. The legacy of Le Loi and the Lam Son Rebellion endures to this day. Le Loi is celebrated as a symbol of national pride and resilience, a leader who overcame impossible odds to restore his country's independence. The story of the magical sword remains a beloved legend, and the memory of Lam Son is honored as the birthplace of Vietnam's liberation. The rebellion itself stands as a testament to the power of unity, perseverance, and the determination of a people to reclaim their destiny. Through years of hardship and sacrifice, Le Loi and his followers demonstrated that the spirit of Vietnam could not be extinguished by foreign conquest. Their struggle inspired countless generations, reminding the nation that even in its darkest hours, hope and courage can triumph. Today, the tale of Le Loi and the Lam Son Rebellion continues to resonate, not only as a historical episode, but as an enduring lesson in leadership, resilience, and the quest for justice. Their story invites us to reflect on the importance of identity, the value of freedom, and the enduring strength of a people united in common purpose. In the heart of Hanoi, the tranquil waters of Hoan Kiem Lake shimmer under the sun, and the legend of the magical sword lives on. It is said that after securing victory, Le Loi returned the sword to the lake, where it was claimed by a golden turtle, symbolizing the restoration of harmony and the fulfillment of destiny. Whether myth or memory, the story of Le Loi's sword is inseparable from the story of Vietnam itself, a story of struggle, sacrifice, and the unyielding pursuit of independence. Thus, the Lam Son Rebellion stands not merely as a chapter in history, but as a beacon of hope, reminding us that even the most formidable challenges can be overcome through unity, courage, and the leadership of those who dare to dream.